halfway here. I've got a K into my run this morning, and things have been going really well this week, so I'm quite stoked with how things are progressing. I'm going to try and go for a full hour today, non-stop running, no walking, no nothing, just get out for a full hour. After my FTP test running the other day, I was out for over an hour, but that included some walking, so we'll see what today brings. I'm trying to run between 262, 285 watts to just run by power as opposed to pace or heart rate. So we'll check in on that later on. Hi everyone, this run's going well. I'm struggling to stick into my zone though. What's going on? That's right, I'll sort that out when I finish my run. Struggling to stick in the zone. I'm naturally wanting to run a little bit faster than what I'm planning to for this session, so I'm just working hard to try and keep it down, especially on the uphills or where I have to cross the road, and I normally put in a bit of a spurt, so keeping that intensity down is the key to enhancing the efficiency, particularly the heart and lungs, but also putting down more capillary beds within the muscles. So as I rebuild my fitness, I want to try and work on all that and maximise my time and get the most gains for benefit. So let's say I might do an analysis at the end after I finish the workout and have a look at how much time I actually did spend in the zone that I was after. Alrighty, this is the first run I've been on the Great Taste Trail for a long time. Initially due to the ex-tropical cyclone that came down and coincided with a king tide that absolutely smashed the trail. It's a little bit rougher on the gravel sections than it was previously. However, and the walks behind me here have been upgraded nicely actually, but you can see some damage just there in terms of fences still down, and the trail's really rough. It's been open for a wee while now, but this is the first time I've come down here and actually ran on it. It's the first decent run I've got on, so the workmen have done a good job to get it open again, which is really pleasing. And for the Monaco half marathon and full marathon coming up, it's really good that it's open. Might not be as fast as it has been in previous years, but it's still open and people can run on it, walk bike on it, which is really great.
Okay, let's quickly look over how my run actually went. Let's go into the analyze function. Conveniently, I did exactly 1,000 kilojoules for an hour of running, so that's not too bad. Anyway, the key thing is my normalized power is 278. I was trying to keep my power between 262 watts and 285 watts, so that's pretty much slap bang in the middle, which is really pleasing to see. If we look at this pink line, I'm trying to keep it in this shaded area here that's slightly lighter. That's where I'm trying to keep it the whole time. We can put some altitude in there so we can compare and contrast and see how I was running home afterwards. And I actually ran past home and then turned around and jogged down the hill just so I could make sure I ticked over that full 1 hour rather than getting 59 minutes and 50 seconds or something along those lines. That way I'd have my hour of power, which ended up averaging 276 watts for the duration of the run, but 277 for the 60 minutes. And if I click that, and you'll see that it's not quite the first 60 minutes, probably 10 seconds in and 10 seconds short at the other end to make the exactly 1 hour. We can have a look at the pace and include that in there as well and see on the downhill portion through here, pace was quite a bit higher, and then on the uphill portion the pace was quite a bit lower. But overall the power, the pink bit, the pink line is in between there, so it's really pleasing to see. If we go down and have a look at the amount of time in zone 2, endurance power zone, I wanted to maximise my time in there, and I got 57% of the time. Now power is quite challenging to stick in a particular power zone, so 57% is not brilliant, but it's pretty good. Try and get close to 80% where I can, but considering that is my first run over 60 minutes and my first proper run, trying to be nice and consistent, I'm really happy with 57%. Onwards and upwards from there, I know I can do better. in the future. And we can have a look at my peak powers here, but to be honest, for this run it's irrelevant, and the time and zone is the biggest takeaway from it. We can look at heart rate, we can look at pace, but the key determinant of how much work I put in for this session comes down to the consistency of the power and zone, power being the amount of work that I did. So I'm not even going to worry about looking at the other two. And there's just a little bit of a route as to where I went on the Great Taste Trail in Tasman. So I hope you enjoyed that quick analysis of how my run went. Actually, one other thing to look at, and we need to look at the entire workout. 14%. So that indicates I'm not very fit at the moment. You're wanting to get the pace, heart rate dissociation below sort of 5%, and 14%, that's quite high. That indicates that things got quite a bit tougher towards the end. Let's chuck the heart rate in, and yeah, you can see relatively low there, relatively high there, sort of in the low 150s, high 140s, whereas over here we're in the low 140s, high 130s. So overall, a pretty good workout, and that aligns with the fact that I haven't been able to train due to being ill, but I'm definitely feeling better and am on the pathway to success. Actually, let's chuck a goal out there. I'm going to go and do the whale run. I'm going to do the full, well, not the full, it's a half marathon, but it doesn't have another opportunity.
So that's a quick overview of my power output during today's run. If you want to subscribe and follow me, click on the link just up in that corner, and down in the opposite corner you can click the link that takes you to the other vlogs in this series, and in the other two corners YouTube will put some recommendations